What's happening, y'all? What's happening? What it is, what it ain't, what it gonna be like. This is Joseph R. Wheeler III, artist, founder, president of the ONYXCON Foundation. Welcome to another live. Yeah! Yeah! It's a fresh Tuesday, you know what I'm saying? It's a tantalizing Tuesday. It's a come through dripping Tuesday, you know what I mean? You see it? Dr. What? Woo! Oh! Yo, I already went live earlier and showed y'all the fit. So if you ain't seen that yet, check that out, all right? And I will be doing an official short where I showcase the fit, all right? I'm gonna edit up something real quick because I know some of y'all ain't got no time, patience, no kind of attention span whatsoever. So I'm gonna hit y'all with the 1 minute and go and get them thousands of views, and I appreciate y'all already. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss nothing, okay? But this is an official Canadian WHL minor league hockey team that is no longer active, that I found out about 2 years ago, and I was talking about in my live about it, how bad I had wanted this jersey for years, y'all. I'm talking about years. And finally found a way to get a hold of one, because when I first discovered the team, they were still active, they were still playing, and their store was still open. So I knew it was expensive. I mean, a real one gonna cost you about $175, $150 for the fan jersey, all the typical hockey prices. And I said, damn. I don't know when, but not today. That's how I kept putting it off. Man, I would visit this thing online. You know how you go in the store and you visit the thing you want to buy? I would go visit it. Just, hey, how you doing? How you been? And it just sit there staring back at me, saying, "Argh." And I said, yeah, argh. I wanted that Yeti. I wanted that abominable snowman on my chest. Say it with my chest. So fly. Such a cool idea for a hockey jersey. I still couldn't afford it. I kept leaving it right there where I found it. And then I went back to see about the store one day, and it was like, this site no longer exists. You've reached a site that is no longer. I said, what? So I looked up the team. Yes, that team no longer is part of the NWHL. They folded the ownership, closed down operations on this day, and their last game was this day, and Wikipedia entry, the whole nine, everything updated. I'm like, golly, site gone, no jerseys. So I even hit up somebody and asked them, I can't remember what email that was, but somebody who used to be with the organization to say, you know, are you aware of anywhere they would have sold the jerseys to, so that you can still go get one? I mean, like, you know, the discount, last chance type place, because I know they had inventory. Like, come on, y'all didn't sell everything. You still had stuff for sale online. So what happened to all that inventory? And the guy was like, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened to that. Like, his department wasn't over that, but he at least answered the email, so I appreciated that. And I was like, dang, man, it's like not even people on the inside know what happened to all the stuff. I was like, that's messed up. So the only way I found one was, you know, going the eBay route, going the route of, like, there's this thing called, I think it's called McCarthy or Mersarcy or something like that. I always forget the name, the way to say it. But they're like an eBay. And I found this guy who sells nothing but hockey jerseys. And that's his specialty. He got other stuff, but that's his main stuff. And he's a collector, obviously, who got so much stuff, he's trying to get rid of stuff. And his prices are good. And the way this site goes, just like eBay, like, you know, you put in a bid. I tried to get it for 65. I was like, you know, he done had this thing up there forever. It's getting dust balls somewhere in the attic. Come on, man, let that thing go for a little bit. And he was like, nah. You know, he shot back the price he wouldn't budge on with the shipping and handling. But altogether, I think it came up to right under 80. And I was like, man, I can't beat that. Because you'll never find a hockey jersey that low generally. I mean, every now and then when you shop like I do, you do. Because I just got a real Adidas joint for the Kraken. If you ain't seen that video, check that out. For literally $30 something dollars. You know what I'm saying? So that was a miracle moment right there. I was doing flips in the store. People just they couldn't see me, but I was doing flips in the aisles. You know, my body was just standing there looking at it, but I was literally hitting the roof, just flipping. You know, backflip, side flip, twist, everything, man. It's like, what? Come on, you serious right now? Like, you know, one of the moments you start looking around the store like, is this a prank? Somebody about to run out the back with a camera crew and laugh and like, for real? Like, But then I've seen even better than that. I saw 20. I'm not joking. $20 for a professional, what they wear on the ice level jersey for Florida Panthers. The only reason I ain't caught that joint, I couldn't get with that Florida flag being on it, because that's a straight reference to the Confederacy and all that nonsense, which I ain't repping at all. You know. Shout out to this video I saw today that's going viral. This guy probably in his 50s or something, white guy in North Carolina, who was talking about growing up under the racist reality of Confederacy and thinking all of that was good until he got old enough to read and understand what it was really about. And he found the manifesto of the Confederate general that broke down the history of what he wanted it to be, and it was saying that it would all be based on the superiority complex of white supremacy and keeping black folks down. And he was like, ain't no way in the hell I could get with that. And anybody else who's with that, you got to be a damn fool. That's pretty much what he said in his statement. It was like a public civic meeting somewhere in North Carolina. I don't know specifics of where he was, but you could tell it was like a town hall meeting, and it was something to do with politics and voting, and people come and stand on the mic, get their moment, and say what they need to say. So I was just proud to see that somebody had that, you know, to say. And it's not the first time I've seen somebody, you know, my Caucasian brothers and sisters that speak that language and understand that reality, you know what I'm saying? But it's rare sometimes when it comes to the South that you'll see it go like that, you know? It's rare. So when it's outspoken like that, I appreciate it. But anyway, like I say, that jersey had that, you know, stuff on it or whatever, and I was like, yeah, we ain't with that. But I did like the jersey in general. Like, I like the panther. I always like strong animals, creatures, stuff that's referencing mythology and all of that. I love all that. Love that. Collect that. That's my favorite type of sports paraphernalia. As a matter of fact, speaking of another team, just because it's in my head, because I'm recently I've been visiting this one. Like I say, you find something, you keep visiting it. Like, one day I'm gonna get you. One day I'm gonna acquire this. I'm gonna get something. I'm gonna get it. I like this. But it's the University of Alabama, Birmingham, UAB, and they're the Blazers. But the Blazer is a dragon. Oh yeah, love it. I was like, I love dragon lore and all that stuff. Grew up on all that. Forever love all that. Matter of fact, that's my favorite part of anything, you know, like I never watched Game of Thrones or anything, but if I ever tried to, I look for the clips with the dragons. That's all I want to see. I don't give a damn about the rest of this human mess going on. Where the dragons at? That's all I want to see. The dragon burning up some stupid humans for their stupid mess. That's what I want to see. That's all I give a damn about. I'm being real. That's just me. That's just how I'm built. I like dragons and lizards and shit like that, you know what I mean? I appreciate the beauty of a snake. I don't need to be around them. I trust a lizard more than a snake. I just like lizards a little more. Like I say, I can see the beauty in some snakes, but I don't need them all up on me. I like looking at them through glass and at a distance and catch them as I'm walking through the woods and go, oh, okay, all right, you ain't with this striking distance. Let me get that video. All right, thank you for your cooperation. Peace, you know. But anyway, this thing is, they're the Blazers, right? And it's a dragon, and it's got this real cartoony looking dragon, but it's real crisp, real sharp design, and he's blowing fire. Super cool. Like, there ain't too many dragon mascots in professional or even college sports that I know of. So when I saw that, I was like, that's hot. I dig that. I love that a lot. Yeah, I like that. So I might have to get that eventually, something with that. I just want like a hoodie or a sweatshirt. That's all, you know. T-shirt would be cool too, you know, especially now that summer's coming around. But I especially like collecting my sweatshirts, hockey jerseys, stuff like that, football jerseys, any jerseys. I like all that. I like that kind of thing. Sublimated print jerseys, all that kind of cool stuff, right? So when I saw this, I was like, yeah, gotta have that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. University of Alabama, UAB, which obviously has such a strong black student enrollment that they're not an HBCU, but they're respected amongst HBCUs because there's a company, and I'm forgetting their name, but they're based in Atlanta, and it's black owned, and they do nothing but, for the most part, 99% of all they do is HBCU here, and really good quality stuff. We talking stuff on the level of Collegiate Lux, who I do know well because I have one of their shirts that I've promoted multiple times here. You'll see in my recent content, I was wearing it first time this year. I only break that on special occasions. That thing like fine wine. You don't wear that every day. It's like this. You ain't gonna wear this every day. You just wear this. It's just, today gotta be the day because today was like probably one of the last days it's cool enough with the rain and cloud cover. Because this is like a mesh kind of thin material, so it's breathable. It's not like a show enough hockey jersey. It's technically what they call a practice jersey. I looked up the type of jersey it was for the CCM brand, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense for why it's built like that. I get it. So, but yeah, it's a practice jersey, so like it's a little lighter, and it's absolutely perfect for today's temperature and the way the wind is, and it ain't really much wind. It's 73 degrees right now. It was about 70 a few hours ago. So you know what I'm saying? Perfect for that. As long as that sun stay behind them clouds. Now the sun come out, I'll be out of this in 2 seconds. Got my thick white tee ready to go. Let's go. That's gonna be the look. Just straight up white tee if I gotta go there. But it ain't gonna happen today. It's gonna be cloud cover for the rest of the day, I know. So anyway, talk about these jerseys and everything. Like, so this company here in Atlanta, they do these one of a kind, similar to Collegiate Lux. If you don't know about Collegiate Lux, Collegiate Lux, Luxe, Look them up. Check them out on Instagram particularly, because they got some really fly stuff. And like I say, they supported ONYXCON. They sent me a piece free, paid for shipping, everything. Just, we see that you can promote, we see that you bought it, and I did my job. I promoted the hell out of it. I'm still promoting it. And yeah, I'm trying to keep that relationship flowing though. They getting busy. They get to the busy now where I can't even get them on the emails no more. I used to be able to get somebody to respond when I shoot them a message. Now they done got so hyped, I can't get them no more, but that's all right. I'll just get my money up and buy some stuff straight up because I do want to support them straight up. You know, I told them when I asked for that piece, I was like, look, I ain't gonna even front. Your stuff is, I know it's worth the money. I just don't have it like that because their sweatshirts with the level of embroidery and where their patches are, it's like buying a hockey jersey. They be 100 and some change, you know what I'm saying? But you get it because they're gonna last forever. And it's built to last. I mean, as long as you wash it and dry it right and treat it with some respect, it's gonna last forever. And so I was like, yo, I want it, I just can't, but I want to help y'all promote. And they understood that. And they knew that I had some pull with ONYXCON. 17,000 wasn't nothing to sneeze at on Instagram. So they was like, yeah, we're gonna show that love. So they sent me my piece, and that was that. Got me a nice shirt out of that. That's how you build, y'all. A lot of times you'd be surprised. People will, depending on what level at in their organization, because everybody can't do it. You can't be mad at somebody, you know, like even the other one I just mentioned, that I'm not trying to forget their name, I just can't remember it. But I reached out to them much the same. They never got back with me. But all that told me is either somebody's not checking the DMs like they should be as a business, or they're like, no, we don't do no free. And I get it. But the way you should always do it is just answer, just like that. Be like, yo, we appreciate the love. We just don't do free pieces. And it's common, like for stylists, for people who are about fashion, and we run a thing, or it's part of ONYXCON style, you know, I promote a lot of really cool clothing. So it's an opportunity to get your stuff seen, but I never push that, you know, you got to see exposure as the most important thing. If you're not in a position where that matters right now, I understand. I just always say, always answer. That's always my pet peeve. Never not answer the damn phone or the email or whatever it is. Like, I mean, phone is one thing, but I'm saying your emails, your DMs. If you ain't, you know, I'm at 17,000 on Instagram, but I still look at my DMs. You feel? And you would think I get a flood of garbage mail. I don't really. A lot of people don't be hitting me up. Every now and then, once a month, there's a little something, or there's be some stuff in my other inbox, because you know your general inbox, you have your other inbox. I don't even rarely check the other one because it's usually a bunch of spam. But I do check it because every now and then it might not be spam. Like 1 out of 100, I'm gonna be real. But when it's not spam, when it's a legit somebody really trying to reach out, connect, maybe they don't understand exactly what we do. That happens a lot. A lot of people will reach out because they see all the comic book material, which, you know, how we started, we were at Comic-Con. And they'll be like, I'm an artist and I do this and I do that and I do colorist. I had a guy from Nigeria hit me up the other week. Super talented, badass. I'm talking about he doing the damn thing. Digital colorist, professional level, Marvel DC level colorist. I will say again, Marvel, DC, Image, Dark Horse level colorist. And there's plenty of them in Nigeria. They got an incredible comic book. If you don't know, if you sleeping on Nigeria's comic book industry, your ass is Rip Van Winkle sleeping. I'm telling you, they've been around for years, killing it. Killing it. It's just getting better and better. I can remember when I first discovered it, there was only a handful of folk on that pro level, and everybody else was okay, showing potential. Now, man, you got like, it's like class of this year, class of that year level people coming out with them skills. They dedicated to it. They are dedicated. And a lot of them are in Lagos and other parts of Nigeria, but they even have their own, there's a convention, a lot of people don't know, but that's been going on for years. And even that's getting better and better in the way it's presented. You know, their logo is really crisp and sharp and all that. They coming with it. They coming with it. Tell the truth about the motherland, y'all don't understand. Speak of conventions while I'm on it, Nairobi, ONYXCON, we got a bomb-ass con. Big time convention going on the continent. So, a lot popping, man. People just be sleeping, but that's okay, stay asleep. Because all the winners gonna win and all the sleepers gonna sleep forever. That's what they do. Because they zombies anyway, they already dead. They gonna sleep forever. The real ones is awake. They woke, true woke. Understand what the word means before you start following some non-representative doctrine that ain't got nothing to do with the history of the word for when people use it the way we use it. Anyway, but no, for real, they hip for real. And they got, this guy hit me up out of nowhere. It was just like, I guess he just didn't quite understand what we really are as a whole organization. So I broke it down to him, shot him a little quick message. And he said, thank you so much. So I was like, that's love. It's like, that's all people need sometimes. You don't know, you know, you talking about, they speak English, but still they speak other languages on the continent, especially in Nigeria. And so I know just culturally, even with how much they admire and relate to our situation, they don't fully understand all the time. They need to get some direct feedback to understand what's going on, just like we do. If I'm looking at something from there, and even if it isn't English, sometimes some nuances that only they're gonna understand, I'm not gonna get. And as a traveler, I'm smart enough, intelligent enough not to take that for granted and assume I know exactly what's going on. So you reach out, you ask, and then people will let you know, and then you realize, oh, okay, gotcha. You know, because he thought we were a comic book company. And I can understand why he thought that, but it's like, no, bro, no. I mean, in a way we are. I mean, that's a part of our history. That is a part of our history, but that was never something I did for a long time. I did it long enough to know the process. I did it long enough to understand the grueling process, the amount of dues you will pay to be that, okay? To even be able to say you've done a book, just a book, just one book. And typically yourself, just you. If you're lucky, you had a writer to do one part and you did the drawing, or you did the drawing, they did the writing, whatever. No, I did all my books from scratch, just me. And the team was when I needed it published. People who had the connections, thanks Dad, okay, to get my first book published, or thanks to all my friends in the biz, because that's too many names to mention, that say, hey, check out this site, check out that site. And I came down to, you know, back in the day, I'm sure they're still around, but Kablam used to be the one. They probably still are, but you could print on-demand books and you didn't have to have a garage or warehouse full of boxes. You print them as you need them. And you could print, and then other people could order direct from their site, and you would get the book straight from them, and then you get your percentage of it. So that was the bomb. That was the bomb. And there's a lot of companies still working like that, but I remember when all that started, like literally when it started. In the very, very beginning of it, you know, for print-on-demand culture as far as comics. So, yeah, y'all, it's a lot to the process. I see one up in the building. Where you at? Where you from? If you're one of my subscribers, you'll be able to comment. You'll be able to say something because you've been on here long enough to say something. You can say, "What's up? I'm from wherever," and peace. That's all we want to see. All right. But yo, I ain't gonna be on here much longer. I just wanted to shout y'all out real quick, chop it up with y'all real quick. I might go live again, who knows? I don't know. I'm on a mission today. I'm kind of laid back, chill, but my mission is chill too, so I'll holler at y'all when I holler at y'all. But yo, check out the video, like I said, the previous live where you can see the whole fit, and then like I said, I do have a short coming for those who don't have the patience to listen to that whole monologue about how I acquired this and what the history of the team is and everything like that. But it's worth a look if you want to know more. And stay tuned. We got more and more flavor coming like nobody else can bring it to you, from style, fitness, music, world travel, the arts in general, showing you how to live your best creative art life. It's ONYXCON, y'all. And I'm Joseph R. Wheeler III.